Okay, welcome back to the channel. This is another back-related update as I'm now, I guess, about 23 months post my L3 through L5 lumbar fusion. So that was back in May of 2021. So I'm actually going to be seeing my surgeon next month, which will be about the 2-year mark. Now, that wasn't a regularly scheduled appointment. Unfortunately, it's one I had to make several weeks ago just because I wanted to see him to get his take kind of in person as to what's been going on with some of these new symptoms I've been having. So, quick recap, I kind of seemingly aggravated things late last year. Was, doing the hiking thing, kind of ramping back up. Just finished up coaching travel softball for my daughter in November. And kind of getting back to the gym, not doing lots of weights, but just, doing the push-ups kind of on an ongoing basis, and then also incorporating a little bit of just, the mechanical weight, kind of the Nautilus weight system. We're just doing some row type stuff where I'm stationary, not actually moving my body back and forth, because I think that would be pretty painful or awkward. So had some symptoms flare up. My right foot has been the problematic foot since, well, before the surgery, but certainly after. And I kind of knew that going in, and that had kind of settled. It was still pretty doable. But really the last 5-6 months, the left foot has gotten involved more as well. Something similar did happen to me about a year ago after some increased activity. I had more left foot stuff. And for February, March, April, May last year, it was really difficult. And then I said, you know what, I'm just going to start getting more active again and see if that doesn't loosen things up. And I started hiking pretty intensely, longer hikes, climbing, that kind of stuff. And things actually seemingly got better. But things just kind of flared up again late last year. And so, I had all sorts of theories about maybe what I did, if I overstretched something at the gym, which is one of the things I thought I might have done, kind of hanging a little bit from a pull-up bar just to stretch out my lower back. Maybe not doing as much core stuff and back stretches on a regular basis compared to what I used to. I do think that's a big part of it, so I've really made an effort to do that again lately. So I'm committed to do that every day. I'm also wearing, I looked into some of those kind of electrical stimulation belts that people advertise, and I always thought those were kind of scammy. And I think if you think you're going to use those and turn them on and get ripped abs in 2 weeks, then I think, you're going to be disappointed. But at the same time, I think they do stimulate the ab muscles when you wear it. And that's what I'm really looking for, is when I'm standing at work, just really not doing very much, see if I can activate some of those muscles just to get something moving while I'm more stationary at work. And then I kind of flip it around and actually try to stimulate the lower back a little bit. So jury's still out on that. I haven't been doing it that long. Also have started using Alpha Lipoic acid, which there's some research to suggest that helps with nerve stuff. I mean, I think it's been primarily in patients with diabetes. I think it also helps regulate blood sugar. But if there's any way it can make your nerves feel a little bit better, then I'm going to try it. I've been on it just for a few days, and supposedly it takes several weeks to really do anything. So, I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. I've had the left foot stuff, which typically wasn't there. Right foot stuff is ongoing. And I do feel like I've had more pain and some funky muscle stuff in my thighs and quads. And then also a little bit more kind of burning sensation on the inside quads, and then some side/calf stuff, tightness, pain. It's affected my walking a little bit more than things were usually affected. Still able to walk okay, but I have found myself using Crocs and those sorts of things more over the last several months. At work, I have work-related Crocs that I can use. For example, today I felt pretty okay, or as okay as I'm going to be in my regular shoes. let's see, what else have I kind of noticed? You know, I occasionally will take a muscle relaxant when I feel like my back is really stiff. And thankfully, my back has not felt that bad lately. But I did take a muscle relaxant last night, and I'm wondering if that didn't help. I don't know if it was just the timing, but my feet and legs did feel a little bit better today. And one thing I'm going to ask my surgeon about, because I know he had, talked about how things can affect other things downstream, and it's not just adjacent segment disease, which, I do fear and want to be careful about, but some of this stuff just feels almost like general sciatica. And I think my lower back has been so kind of immobilized in some ways, and I haven't been doing the softball coaching because my daughter's playing high school now. We can't do both. And I wonder if I just haven't been, I don't think I've been very flexible in moving as much lately. So I'm concentrating on the stretching, the core/ab work. Again, try that electrical stimulation belt, try the Alpha Lipoic acid. And of course, if any of these things seemingly help me, then I will definitely report it here. I think they're worth a shot. Why not? But I think, for now, I think until I see my surgeon, if I can work on the core stuff, stretch, maybe lose a little bit of the weight that I've gained over the last several months. It hasn't been a whole lot, but a few pounds, a few pounds off, I think can only help. And see where I'm at. And if it's just part of the deal where for some people after a while, after your back kind of settles in, you have a little bit more achy soreness and pain and that kind of stuff. I can still hike. I went on a 2-mile hike today. Nothing strenuous, but I didn't have to pull out my hiking Crocs, which I actually found, I think I've reported before that there are some off-road and all-terrain Crocs that I got that I used for hiking when my feet felt bad. But I actually found new Crocs that are just designed for hiking. They're very, very thick. They feel very supportive. So I lugged those with me in my backpack. They're super light too, so it's not like it's 20 pounds or anything. Keep those with me in case my feet start feeling bad. I slip those on, then I know my feet are going to feel pretty okay. A couple other things. Some of you suggested trying the UFOs. So I did get a couple of those. So I got some clogs made by UFOs and then just kind of a slip-on. And I really like these. They feel very comfortable. They feel more supportive than Crocs in general. Although the new hiking Crocs probably rival these pretty good in just kind of the thickness and the support. The only thing with the UFOs, as good as they feel, I can't imagine really wearing these with socks. I think they're a little bit narrow, kind of tight, and the socks start to bunch up, and I just haven't found success doing that. And that's okay, because I can wear these around the house. In theory, I could, go to the store or something in these. But I think they're meant to be, at least for me, a little bit more for bare feet than with socks. So I'm so glad I got them. They're worth a shot. And again, they're very, very comfortable. So if you're looking for something that has a little bit more cushioning, then I would say go for that. Otherwise, I use some New Balance kind of generic trainer shoes that you can find pretty much anywhere. The wide ones, because they do offer a lot of support, but a lot of room. So when things aren't tight on the top of my foot, they're not touching, the nerve stuff doesn't seem quite as bad. Some days are better than others. So continue to use those. And I do have some hiking shoes by Skechers that also provide a lot of roominess. And seemingly, I used those today for the hike, and my feet actually felt pretty good. So I'm hoping that what happened last year when I had the aggravation and I got back into things a little bit more, got a little bit looser, things got warmer just in the environment, that really helped. So I'm trying all these things, still not where I want to be or where I was kind of before last November. Hopefully I can continue to feel a bit better on some of these days, and then once I get more active, maybe just as things loosen up and as I stretch more and do the core stuff. But really, that is about it at this point. So I do see my surgeon in about a month. I'll let you know what he tells me during my next update. And for those of you, I've had more comments and questions than ever based on the videos, and more people than ever talking about their experience or their upcoming surgeries. A lot of you, I think, are getting ready for that. So I wish you the best. Please let all of us know how you're doing. If you have questions, feel free to throw them out there. I will do my best to answer them, or I'm sure somebody else could. And thank you all for your suggestions and your support. That's been very meaningful and helpful for me as I go through this. So I guess we're all kind of in this together. So thank you again, and until next time, take care.